Hello everybody! Welcome back for another episode of Tender Talk Live. As usual, let's give everybody a few minutes to join the conversation. I'm going to share it all up. So, get in front of that light. All right, so just give me a few minutes. We're just going to get all this shared up and we'll get everybody joining the conversation. If you are here now, thank you. Please feel free to comment. Let me know where you're from, where you're watching from, what you're doing today. Actually, how did everybody go in the hot weather today? Wow. We had an air conditioning office and still that wasn't even good enough. We still felt the heat. I even went outside a little bit and it was quite unbearable. So, like I said, let me know where you're watching from, what you're doing right now. Please do. I'd love to communicate with you guys. And I do appreciate you taking time. Maybe you're actually in the pool, because I know that's where I'd rather be, but, we're here. Not what I'd rather be, actually. I'd rather be here talking to you guys about this sort of stuff, because it's very important. So, we'll get to the pool eventually. We will. All right, so let's try and get anyone in here. Tag people that you need to know needs to watch this, and I really appreciate a share. Share the post if you feel someone needs to watch it. Because the more people we get involved in this conversation, the better it'll be. So, like I said, usual, share, comment, tag, let me know where you're from, say hello. I'd love to know where you're watching from and what you're actually doing on this 40-degree day here in southwestern Sydney. Where you're watching from, let me know. Let's have a chat. All right, so hopefully the people are starting to build. We're starting to get a few people on now. How are you going, guys? Say hello. Let me know where you're from. Slowly, we'd like to build the audience here. Then we'll get into talking about tonight's topic. And as you can see, I'm actually sweating out here. I'm outside in my alfresco again. As you can see, I'm at home and there's no aircon in here, so it's quite hot. So let me know where you're watching from, what you're doing as we get a few more people building, and then we'll get into tonight's topic of long service levy. Now, over the past few weeks, I've wanted to try and keep it a lot simpler. Last week before last, we talked about, what did we talk about? Last week we talked about, the week before last we talked about garden taps and how important that was. Last week we talked about bins. That's right. We had a very good conversation talk about bin night. That was a really good topic. So if you missed any of those two simple versions, what I wanted to do was take it back and go simple. So it's why I talked about garden tap positions, because a lot of these times you're not actually remembering to mention garden taps. And then last week we talked about bin location and how the bin and how you're going to access your bins, take them out, where you're going to put them, how that's going to affect, how it's going to affect the construction of your home. So we're here working on the laptop, trying to get a few people in. All right, guys. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me tonight. I know it's very hot. I appreciate your time. I do really appreciate it. I'm here for you guys. So, please share, please comment, say hello. I really appreciate you taking the time to join me. So as you can see in the title, tonight's conversation, I want to talk to you about long service levy. Now, this is something you probably see on a lot of your tenders, and what I thought I'd do, I know I was going to keep it simple, but I just, this has come up quite a long time. All insurances I've got to do with homes. So I thought it's a good topic for me to actually talk about is the long service levy. So what I wanted to do is touch on the long service levy. So for guys of you who just joined us, thank you for joining me. We're talking about long service levy. Now, what is a long service levy? Now, I think we all kind of know what the long service levy is. It's a kind of the same thing across all industries, but with the building and construction industry, it's a little bit different. Now, unlike any other industry, you can actually change from job to job. Doesn't really matter. As long as you stay in the industry, you're still going to get your long service levy. As you can actually see me sweating there in the background. Let's try and get this done quickly, eh? So, in New South Wales, any contract job that costs any more than $25,000, the builder or the person actually applying the contract will have to pay a long service levy contribution. That contribution percent is 0.35% of the contract value for any contract exceeding $25,000 or more. Now, say for example, what happens with you in other industries where you actually, your employee will pay it. This is actually something that a little bit different in the construction industry. So this is why you actually see on your tenders, long service levy is on. Turn the fan on, Jason. Actually, that's not a bad idea. There we go. Maybe that might help. So, this might clear a few things up for you guys when you actually see long service levy on your tender. A lot of people are questioning what exactly is a long service levy, why does it have to be put on the construction on your home, and what does it even mean? So hopefully this just clears it all up for you. So for those of you who are just joining, we are talking about long service levy. We are saying how it's going to affect the tender and just a few little topics in regards to the tender. So just catching up on what it is. It's a contribution that needs to be paid on every building contract over the works of $25,000. It's only 0.35%, but that's exactly what it is. So I know we've tried to keep it simple over the past couple of weeks, but I just thought this was a bit of an issue because it has been a question that's been asked to me quite a few times on all the different insurances. So this is just one of the insurances. Over the next couple of weeks and leading into next year, I will talk a little bit more of the different types of insurances and how they will affect you. I think might be a nice little recurring theme here is we might try and go a little bit technical one week and then we might go a little bit easy. So it's not so much hard hitting. So you also get a little bit of information on good stuff that can help you with the design and that sort of stuff as well too. So the fan is starting to slow down in the background and I'm still starting to sweat. So, all right guys, listen, I appreciate you joining me tonight on this really, really, really 40-degree heat night. I'm going to get myself out of these long pants and get inside in the cool air conditioning. If you're anyone who wants to know what long service levy is, tag them in the comments below or share this video with them. If there's anything that you want me to cover, things you're unsure about in any sort of capacity, shape or form, even if it's something that I don't even know, I'll definitely make sure I go above and beyond now about try to help you guys out in things that you want to know. So I'm here, let me know what you want to do. All right guys, we'll speak next week. Next week will actually be the last tender talk. BJ Blake, I'm going to have a shower right now. Thanks, mate. Next week will be the last tender talk. Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, live. Tell your friends, bring everybody. We'll speak then. All right, thanks, guys. Bye for now.